Hi, Dr. Caxton Ferry. Today we're going to look at the Moderna mRNA 1237 vaccine and look at some of the numbers that were published in the clinical trials in the New England Journal, December 30, 2020. If you look closely at these numbers, you'll see again why I'm providing this much information. And I'm wrapping up and closing out almost on COVID-19. I think at this point in time, I've given a lot of information. Just go back to all the videos or YouTube videos and my posts, and you'll have a very clear understanding of COVID-19 and the numbers that are important. Here in Moderna's vaccine, 30,420 people were randomized to the vaccine and placebo arms. In the vaccine group, as you can see here, 11 people developed COVID, while in the placebo group, 185 people developed COVID-19. 0 developed severe COVID in the vaccine group, whereas in the placebo group, 30 people developed severe COVID-19. Of this 30 people, 1 died. And remember, there was no severe COVID in those who did not get the vaccine. So let's come on down now to the numbers. In the vaccine group, 11 out of 1,520 people developed COVID-19. In the placebo group, 185 out of 15,210, same number randomized in both as the denominator. So that comes to 0.07% in the vaccine group developing COVID-19 and 1.22% developing COVID-19 in the placebo group. You see, that leaves for us 98.78% in the placebo group that did not get sick, and 99.93% that did not get sick in the vaccine group, the mRNA group. If you did run some extra numbers, and you find out that the actual calculation for the Moderna vaccine, here's the thing. Relative risk, as a rule, should not be used for any real clinical decisions. You can use it in academic exercises. For practical clinical use, you must go back to absolute risk reduction. Because sometimes someone can tell you that their drug dropped cholesterol level by 25%, and what they may mean that cholesterol dropped by 4.8 to 3.6%, a 1.2% difference. Now, 1.2% difference is not a whole lot in the bigger picture of things. But, 1.2 over 4.8 is still 25%. So if the drug company presents this as a 25% drop, they're right, they're not wrong. It's just that it's relative, but absolute numbers are the key and the rule. So if you say 1 out of 1,520 or 1 out of 15,210 people died in the placebo group, basically you are saying that this placebo is effective in COVID-19. But that's not the point here. The differences, absolute differences, again, look at the numbers, 1.22 to 0.07. The absolute numbers between both is 1.15%. So the number needed to treat, for those who are familiar with statistics and epidemiology, will be 87.4 or 87 patients needed to be treated to get a vaccine effect for one person that will not get COVID. Now, the other thing I want you to be aware of is the absolute difference between 0.07 and 1.22 is 1.15%. If you had set up a cutoff point for efficacy for the null hypothesis at 95%, and you find that the placebo group is at 98.78%, you're admitting that the study itself does not show that the vaccine is any much superior. And if you do manipulate the numbers in favor of the vaccine, you can still see that without the vaccine, 98% or more of people will still do well. So the question is, if we were getting maybe 50% of people staying healthy in the placebo group and 99% staying healthy, that would be a significant magnitude of a treatment effect. But with 98%, and we all know how drug companies function with respect to not releasing total information except when forced to by the Freedom of Information Act, even though these numbers can be accurate, it tells me that the difference between the placebo and the vaccine is not that significant to force people to take the vaccine. And we've now heard of doctors dying, but I'm not going to go into side effects. I just want to show you the actual numbers. You are going to see the effects of this vaccine prima facie. Have a wonderful day. Dr. Gaxno Perry.